And speaking of renowned artists, some of the finest musicians performing on the world stage today will be in Montreal in a little more than a month for the Montreal Chamber Music Festival.
This is the 17th season, which for a music festival or a music organization is in itself a miracle.
The festival is the creation of cellist Dennis Brott, who was inspired by his father, a composer, musician, and conductor, whose concerts Under the Stars took place on Mount Royal back in the 1950s. Brott and more than 60 other world-class performers will put on 28 concerts from May 10th to June 2nd here at the historic St. George's Church.
The content of the program this year, artists like Igudesman and Jew, a comedy team of violin and piano, extraordinarily funny, very serious classical musicians. The Shostakovich Quartet Cycle, it hasn't been done in Montreal in 32 years. Preservation Hall Jazz Band hasn't been here in I don't know how long. There's a quality to the artists that come to us from all over the world. There's a quality to the audience. So for the person who likes to listen, who likes to come to a hall, but doesn't want to be bothered by the people who applaud in between the movements and things like this, this is the place. The sound is terrific in this church. We're going to have a stage 30 feet across and 5 feet high. It'll be a concert hall. It's just, this festival is known to be a place where the listener, if you know a lot about music, you're going to feel very comfortable here. If you know nothing about music, but you like listening and you turn on the radio, you're going to feel comfortable here also. There's no pressure here for the concert goer to show that they know what they're listening to.
The Chamber Music Festival is a 4-week delight, not only for classical and jazz lovers, but anyone who's a fan of live musical performances.
This year, I'm very proud of a few things. First of all, to be presenting for the first time in 32 years here in Montreal, the complete Shostakovich quartets. I consider them to be a pillar of the 20th century repertoire, classical music and particularly string quartet music. And to hear them all played one night after another in 4 nights is I think, a life-altering experience. Additionally, we're adding to that pre-concert lectures with the author who wrote this amazing book called Music for Silenced Voices, which talks about each quartet and what Shostakovich was saying in his silent protest against the authorities in Russia, to socialism, to Stalin, to repression, to the gulags, and so on. It's shocking, it's moving, it's not for the faint of heart, but I think it will be an amazing and memorable experience of the 2012 festival.
And while the city picked up the tab for the first 5 years, for the past decade, corporate sponsors have stepped up to back the festival.
It's supporting the culture in Montreal, it's supporting the culture in Quebec and Canada. I think it's about just getting people together and from diverse backgrounds, but just enjoying and appreciating great music, very intimate music, and it's good for the soul.
Mountain Lake PBS is proud to be one of this year's sponsors. You can learn more and get ticket info at festivalmontreal.org. Or you'll also find a link on our website at mountainlake.org.